I thought I'd be brief, but guess we just doing a little ranty things today. Normally I post these on Instagram, but I'm like, fuck it, might as well try it out on YouTube as well. But something that got me thinking, right? I can't remember where I heard it. Could have been trigonometry with Constantine Christian, or whatever the hell his name is, and a few other people. But it was, a little bit older. I guess echo that you could also talk about is Dietrich Bonhoeffer and his theory of stupidity. But how come I'm like trying to find the words for it? How come motherfuckers are just so stupid? You know what I mean? Like, you got this, to be brief, more or less, you got this whole fucking, the Rasputin, like this whole anti-Semitic bullshit. But it's like, people are just so disingenuous with their hatred, bro. Like, it's fucking pathetic, my nigga. Because my thoughts on it, right? I don't like anybody. Everybody starts at zero with me. Because it makes it fair. It doesn't, like, I don't like you and I don't dislike you. You mean nothing to me. Just in that moment, like, you can... That's like everybody's a stranger until they're not. But with that, when you got all these groups of conservatives and progressives, like different little faggoty type niggas like that, right, on either side, that only want to blame a particular group of individuals or an individual for their own fucking misbegotten ways. These people did not create these conditions for you. You did. I used to, in one portion of my life, I was a different person. But one fact that has remained since that time is my thoughts and views on humanity that I've held since I've been about 6 years of age or so. About just like, niggas getting, like, growing up mixed in the sundown community, getting bullied and shit. But it just made me hate people. As, like, on a fundamental level, humanity, I fucking hated it. What, like, before, like, I guess the modern day people were, like, trying to be all cool with their anti-Semitic bullshit, I stumbled upon this from the extinctionist, accelerationist point of view. So, when I was in 6th grade, I could not, like... I didn't believe in the Holocaust for 2 different reasons. One was I couldn't fathom at that age, because I thought it was like something that happened over the course of like a few days to a week, was like, how are you able to kill that many people in such a limited amount of time? You know what I mean? But with that, also, too, because, like, my mom, like, my parents, stuff like that, because they're, like, big history buff. My dad's, like, a walking encyclopedia. Go on to explain all the different little, like, bullshits that went along with it. So, me being on this, like, kind of like where motherfuckers are like, the 6 million number, Okay, for part of that, it's kind of like why a lot of different mass extinctions, genocidal events in other countries go unnoticed, is because a lot of that shit wasn't documented in previous iterations of human history. So going back to the spreading this mind virus of fucking retardation. And there's nothing wrong with being retarded, because I'm a fucking idiot myself. But I don't get why none of you motherfuckers that believe this bullshit cannot blame yourself. You go on fucking reproducing, spreading your seed of stupidity, but here you are blaming one particular group, whether it's Mexicans, Muslims, you fucking name it. You got all these different groups of retards, certifiable retards, that just can't admit that they, themselves, as a human fucking being, are the, soul. I'm at a loss for words. Just got off work. But it's like, you're human. I don't know if you've paid attention to nature or anything like that, but for as small of the fucking, what the hell is the goddamn word they be using in conservation, right? Ain't a lot of humans compared to like animals, insects, and fucking fungus and plants and shit. Not a lot of us. It's kind of like on, like valid thing, but mostly uses a dog whistle. How come the black population makes up 13% of the population, but makes up, oh fuck, throat too dry for that voice. Oh shit. But it's like, black people make up 13% of the population, make up more than 50% of the crime. But in reality, going on to like that other shit, it's the 1 fucking percent of the black population. All the dumb niggas that tap dance in the hood, talking about fucking turn the TV off and you ain't not like us. You exactly like all these other motherfuckers because you believe the same shit. That's why this nigga Malcolm, end of my little rant here. That's why this nigga Malcolm, right? Despite his flaws, despite him being a socialist, different shit like that, this nigga had one thing on all the other Black Panther leaders. The one fucking thing they had right when they wasn't pushing all this fucking commie bullshit was that the revolution will not be televised. When expounded upon what they meant by when they were talking about the revolution not being televised, is the shit begins in your mind, nigga. Because before the usage of fucking televisions and technology, everything spread via word of mouth and written documentation. So with that, my ladies and gentlemen friends, I leave you with this. Stop, because I like, you know what I'm saying? I am what I would call a mindful thinker. And as somebody that consumes a lot of, like, mindful thinking, a lot of it misguided, different shit like that, it's just, let's take a little bit more time, have a little bit more patience, processing the information we're receiving and digesting, because it seems to be, in my limited, retarded expertise, that the most common narrative is usually the most palatable to the people that lack the fucking psychological bandwidth and purview to look outside of the things that are in front of them. So, on that same note of the revolution shall not be televised, my nigga. These niggas on the TV, social media, even myself, ain't nobody gonna fucking guide you out of this shit. The only person that can save you, and as being a former addict, rule number 1 to addiction is it, like, like when you're going into recovery, like the Eminem shit, is admitting that you have a problem or that there is a problem. In this case being, the problem that is spreading rapidly, and it fucking terrifies me, is stupidity. And I can't remember if it was Konstantin Christen, but I remember Dietrich Bonhoeffer, because he was alive the same time as John Paul Sartre. Both of them were prisoners of war. John Paul Sartre, because, he was like more like he pioneered existentialism. They put his ass in a fucking work camp, and, he got out, did his shit. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, because he was critical of niggas being stupid in Germany, sent his ass to a death camp, and he fucking died, bro. There's like a 2-page PDF that includes his memo. If I figure out how to do that shit at a later point, I'll link it. That way you could download it and read it for yourself. But cause, you got all this different shit like Judaism, Christianity, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're the oldest religions. Let's say that if the information is true, that Hinduism, all that different shit, specifically Hinduism, even before Zoroastrianism, was the very first recorded religion. Going into the fucking Nazi dog whistly shit with 109 countries. How come every single time they got rid of the Jews, the problem still remained? It's because humans remained. Greedy fucking assholes that don't... Yeah, sure, they call themselves a follower of Muhammad, a follower of Christ, a follower of Buddha. They claim all these different things because they are false fucking prophets trying to lead you astray. So don't believe these bitch ass niggas. Because even after, you get rid of the Jews, you get rid of all the black people, you get rid of all the fucking colonizers, whatever the fuck. When they're all gone and the problem still remains, who's left to blame? It's you. Anyways, have a good day, people. I'll see you on the next one.